Okay, awesome. Welcome back. We're back in the same level that we left off last time, where we were just messing around with like a simple static mesh, just moving it around the sequencer and getting to know the sequencer a bit. What I did a second ago, because I thought I was recording and I was not. All I did is I clicked this little lock thing over here to lock it, and that just makes it so I can't like add any keyframes, so I can't mess with this. Which is good. So it means like I can't mess with my timeline for this object. But because it's still an object in the level, like it's not blocking this object. So I can still move it around in the level. It's locking it for the sequencer. So I can't like edit it here. So that's good. So I'm going to minimize this. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add in a skeletal mesh, which is what would be like an NPC. So because I've downloaded the third-person template into my project, which if you've forgotten how to do that, you can click add, go to add feature or content pack, and I just added in this third-person character content pack, so I can get like a Manny and Quinn. And if I want to add in a skeletal mesh, I can find where the character is. For me, it's in characters, mannequins. Go to meshes and simple Quinn. So I can do two things. I can either grab Quinn, drag her into the level, and add her in like we did the cube way. But actually, I don't like adding things in that way because that kind of makes them like level dependent. Like if I were to open up this sequencer in a different level, actually I can show that real quick. If I save, go to content drawer, go to, I have VR template maps in the VR template map, which is what we've been working in like in the last few videos. I can try to open up the sequencer we just created. So if I go to my timeline folder, the sequencer, we can see there's something wrong here. The cube is red because the object is missing in this level, so it doesn't know where to find it because it doesn't exist in this level because we added it into the other level. So that's why I don't like adding in stuff via the level way unless I know the sequencer is only going to play in that level. Now I gotta find where I put the other level. Starter bundle, collection maps, this map. This is where the iced sci-fi level lives. Oop, come on. There we go. Took a second. Okay, so if I reopen up my sequencer, this is why it's good to make sure you know where stuff is, or you name them in a way that you can find them. But we see that now we can see the cube because the cube is over there. It's in this level. So if I want to add in something that I know will pop up in different levels, I can add things in a kind of a special way. Click on meshes, click on SK Quinn or whatever skeletal mesh you want. Close my content drawer. So right now Quinn is selected, so it's blue. So even if I close the drawer, it's still like an active selection. If I click add and go selection from content browser, it'll add in the thing that I had highlighted, or was active in my selection, which was Quinn. And we can see that Quinn has been added in here. And it'll add it in normally at world origin. So that means Quinn is over here at 0, 0, 0. So I'll just drag her. Jesus. Now give me Quinn. There you are. Add Quinn in here. And because I'm not animating or I'm not posing her, I'm going to close the animation outline, animation tab, just so I have some more screen real estate. I have two monitors, but it's only going to record this monitor, so I'm just making sure it's visible. Gonna move her up a bit. Going to face her this way. And I'm going to put Quinn over here in this corridor. So I'm gonna have her like run through once I walk forward a bit. Cool. And Iris, if you're wondering how to fly around in your editor, if you hold the right mouse button and hit WASD, you can fly around. And you hit key and E, you can go up and down. Q is down, E is up. So that's how you can fly around your editor. Okay, so Quinn's over there. And we see that she's in the timeline. And I want her to be the only thing I see right now. So I'm going to click this little headphone button. That's not right. What am I looking for? If I hit the pin button, it'll make it so she's at the top of my screen, which is good. That's odd. Oh, I'm thinking of something different. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to lock this. I'm going to unpin this and isolate. That's what I want. If you have like a lot of different things in your sequencer, like if I'm working on like 8 different animations for 8 different characters, and I only want to see Quinn, hit this button up here. I can isolate Quinn so that she's the most active. She's the only active thing I see. Everything else is still there. It's just they're blocked from view. And why can't I see other things? Give me 1 sec. I might have messed something up. Okay, Quinn's back. I think I accidentally moved my timeline or something because she was back at the world origin. But now she's back. Okay, so yeah. My cube is still here. If I click this button, I'll isolate it so that I'm only looking at Quinn in the timeline. And what I want to do is I just want to add in like a simple like a run animation for her and move her across the screen. So I'm going to hit G just to make sure my stuff is like the gizmos are out the way. And to add in a animation for Quinn, instead of like doing this programmatically, I can click on this animation tab over here. And this will give me all the animations that Quinn can do. And we're going to look for pistol walk forward, which normally you would see Quinn change to the animation. But because it added in Quinn's control rig as well when I brought her in, clicking on this and adding it to the sequencer, the control rig overwrites the animation. So even though we can see like it added in the animation here, the control rig is like, yeah, it's like always like overwriting it. So if I turn this off, we now see we have the animation taking full effect. And there are ways to like combine these, so you can like make the animation additive, the control rig additive onto the animation, or vice versa. I forgot which way it goes, but like if you want like to change where her arm is or where she's looking, that's how you would do that. I'm not gonna do that in this video, but if you guys are curious, I can show you how to do that later. But we see we have her walk animation for holding a pistol, holding the pistol. And what I want to do is I just want to move her across the screen. So this animation timeline is only 5 seconds because it's 150 frames. So if I start here at the beginning, so when she's like off screen to the right, and I key it, I'll just key her location because I don't really care about the rotation for this. And I'm going to, because it's 5 seconds, how long it would take me to walk across a hallway like this, I'm kind of just eyeballing it. I'm gonna say, you know what? Give me the full 5 seconds. No, that's way too slow. What's 150 divided by 2? 75, I think. Yeah. So I'm going to then find Quinn, drag her over here. And I mentioned this in the last video. I don't like keying stuff this way, like moving the gizmo and then keying it, because I might forget to do this and it'll reset my progress, but I do it naturally. And we see where the animation, doesn't stretch, she'll stop doing it. So if you want that to stretch, you just drag it up, drag it over. Because it's a looping animation, so it's just gonna loop and play. Cool. So let's see how that looks. You know what? Not bad. And we can see like there's a bit of like a slow start for Quinn. And that's because did I sleeping? No. Normally the animation comes in as like some kind of like, I think it's like a cubic interpolation or something. For Quinn. Yeah. So to get to this window, you get this little like squiggly line thing over here. This will show the curve editor for your keys, and we can see that we think is like as a rate of change. Quinn is going from, what did I change? She's only moving on the x-axis, so that's why the line we see is red. So she's going from, you know, one point to the other. And if I wanted this to be at the same rate of change over time, instead of doing, what do I want? I want linear. Sorry, I didn't want that one. I want not cubic auto. Where's the cubic auto? I thought you would just be this one. Give me one sec. I'm thinking I'm doing something wrong. Okay, I was going crazy for a second. I was thinking it was this button up here. Apparently, if I click on one of the keys and instead of doing cubic auto, cubic interpolation for automatic tangents, I just want linear. It'll make my rate of change over time constant. So she'll move at a constant speed. So if I now close this and hit play, she walks at like a constant rate. Which, depending on what you're going for, you might want that, you might not. For me, that looks better for this, so I'm going to keep it like that. And that's how you would, ooh, I went to the ceiling. Animate a NPC around the level in the sequencer for like scripted events. So it'll always just, you know, go from left to right, as long as this is like looping or something. So that's fine if that's all you need. And because I'm doing just a cutscene, that works for me. And then really quickly, I'll do more of this in the next video, but I'll start it off here. I'm going to unisolate Quinn, just so I can have the cube back, but I don't need the cube for anything. And what we want to do now is we want to direct the shot. So, excuse me. That means adding in a camera, particularly a few cameras, so we can like make some cool shots. Excuse me. Let's see. So if I hit add, I can add in a few different tracks for a sequencer. The sequencer is very powerful. You can do a lot of things with it. And I'm going to add in a camera cut track, which is like a director seat kind of chair. Like we're going to add in multiple cameras, and the camera cut allows us to like switch between them and like do things like crossface and do cool things like that. So that's not going to come in with a camera. It's just adding in like a director's chair kind of thing. And to add in a camera, what I'm going to do is I can either click this little camera button up here, or I can add one to the level. I don't like adding things into the level. I'd rather add into the sequencer to kind of make it like independent. So I'm going to click this camera button. And we can see we're now in like a camera shot. And because when we do this, it'll come in with this little blue button checked on. If I do the piloting, so holding the right mouse button and moving the WASD keys, I can pilot where I want the camera to start and be for the shot. So I'm going to put it like around here, looking out the window, and I'm going to key this transform. This is where the camera is going to start. And then I'm just going to move it to 150, and I'm going to fly forward and stop here at the quarter center. And I'm going to key this. And I will see you guys in the next video where I continue this because I'm running out of time. Oh, the wrong button. It's fine.